I've got your energy stories for the first week of April 2023. And in the first one, the U.S. Treasury Department announced its EV tax credit guidance on the battery components and critical mineral sourcing requirements of the IRA to come into effect April 18th or later. The total available credit of $7,500 is available for vehicles assembled in North America, but as a subcomponent, specified percentages of battery components need to be manufactured in North America, and critical minerals must be sourced from the U.S. or a designated free trade country. Each of these requirements makes up 50% of that $7,500 total credit. So if a vehicle only qualifies in one category, it's eligible for half that $7,500, and the requirements increase over time. Thus, for example, a battery must have 50% of its components made in North America in 2023 and 80% by 2027, or it doesn't get the $3,750. Senior Treasury and White House officials said last week these domestic sourcing requirements have already resulted in $45 billion worth of new EV manufacturing investments in the U.S. Advanced battery company Amprius has completed third-party verification of its high-density lithium-ion cell, boasting 500 watt-hours per kilogram or 1,300 watt-hours per liter, approximately half the weight and volume of your typical high-end commercially available lithium-ion cells. That type of density improves the viability and economics of applications such as aviation and electric vehicles, especially long-haul trucking, where there's that trade-off between distance and dead used battery weight. The South Carolina Department of Education has ordered 160 electric school buses from Daimler subsidiary Thomas Built Buses, which the company says is the largest U.S. school bus order to date. The purchase is fully financed by the EPA's Clean School Bus program with a delivery date of 2024. These buses will have 226 kilowatt-hour batteries delivering 135 miles of range and will be vehicle-to-grade capable. Last week, Ford bumped up the price on its base F-150 Lightning pickup for the fourth time in a year, adding another $4,000 to the sticker price and getting to $61,869, including that destination charge that's mandated. Less than a year ago, the price was $41,669. Ouch. We'll see how the market reacts to that one. Battery materials and recycling company Cirba Solutions plans on a $300 million Phase 1 investment in a lithium-ion battery recycling factory in South Carolina. Planned future investments may exceed $1 billion over the next 5 years, sufficient to supply over 500,000 EV batteries annually. The EU has reached a provisional agreement requiring that 42% of all hydrogen used in industry for existing applications like fertilizer and refining must be green by 2030, rising to 60% by 2035. This entire framework will require tens of gigawatts of new renewables. But this drop-in approach, replacing gray hydrogen with green in existing applications, is a pretty quick way to address hard-to-abate sectors without developing new downstream technologies. Maryland Governor Wes Moore has established a goal of more than quadrupling Maryland's current offshore wind target to 8.5 gigawatts. He cited economic and job creation opportunities while announcing that his administration seeks to establish new lease areas and strengthen related supply chain. In Europe, the European Council just set a regulation to cut road transport emissions with a target of reducing CO2 from new cars by 55% from 2030 to 2034 compared to 2021 levels. And this rises to 100% for new cars and vans from 2035. The world's biggest battery manufacturer, CATL, at about a third of total global output, is starting to make M3P batteries that it says are 15% more energy dense than lithium iron phosphate and will cost less while performing better than nickel and cobalt-based variants. Given CATL's dominant position in the market, expect to see these in multiple car makers' models shortly. And finally, Norway electrolyzer company HydroPro plans on building a 500 megawatt high-pressure alkaline electrolyzer factory in Texas that may eventually be much larger. High-pressure alkaline electrolyzers are designed to flex quickly in response to variable renewables output, like their PEM cousins, but they cost less to make. Well, that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.